So on Thursday, Reddit went public, and it was the talk of the town. Now we don't have a lot of price action on the stock, with the exception of, now this is the hourly chart. You had a high of roughly, say, $57 and a low of, say, $45. So this is your football field. This is one end zone. This is another end zone. And we did see several rejection wicks and then a slow grind down to end the week at $46. Now the good note is that if you scroll up to the daily chart, although we did close lower for the week, we did not close below the low of Thursday's candle. So that's pretty good news. However, you get a breach below 45 and we could see more downside risk. Nevertheless, people were buying, and one of them was Cathie Wood. So there was a lot of buzz surrounding the market debut of Reddit on Thursday. Trading volume for the popular online discussion forum clocked in at nearly 48 million shares, and among the first wave of public buyers was iconic growth investor Cathie Wood. The ARK Invest co-founder, CEO, and stockbroker added a little more than 10,000 shares of Reddit across a pair of her exchange-traded funds. Now that amounts to $500,000. So the underwriters' offer for Reddit was $34, and it opened at $47. Ultimately closed that Thursday at 48% higher. Now here's a couple of things that I didn't know. It sports 100,000 communities or subreddits. Reddit draws on average 73 million visitors a day. Its weekly active unique users clock in at 267 million. Now nearly a third of its users aren't on Meta. More than half aren't on X. So that is, I didn't know. Reddit's largest age bracket, 41% of its user base is between 18 and 34. So great to advertise to that demographic. Those users also have money to spend, as 64% of them have a household annual income north of $75,000. Now, monetization itself is the challenge and the opportunity. This isn't a visual platform like YouTube. It's largely a text-based message board system along the lines of Nextdoor, but with a lot more loyalty, personality, and stickiness. Now, despite Reddit's engagement, revenue doesn't concurrently live up to the gargantuan base. Reddit's top line rose 21% to $800 million last year. Figure that breaks down to about $1 a month for each daily active user. Now, it also currently costs more to run the business than it generates on the top line. More than half of last year's revenue went to research and development costs. Don't know why. Sales and marketing overhead gobbled up 29% of the top line. Don't know why either. Reddit's loss narrowed to 43% to 91 million last year, but the business has lost money in each of the last 4 years. Free cash flow remains negative. Now, I don't know why they're doing research and development. I don't know why they're spending money on sales and marketing. Let the community market the website. Now, Reddit is just getting started as a revenue-generating business. It's just starting to scratch the surface of its e-commerce ecosystem. The ceiling is high as it scales and optimizes its ad marketplace. Now, Wood is early, and the stock might not be that cheap, but those are things that haven't gotten in her way before. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. Let's go back to, no, we'll stay on the daily chart. I think eventually we do break the low of Thursday. We go down, how far? I don't know. Maybe $25. We base, and then we start rising, right? This is, let's do $25 roughly here. So I think, now I don't know where that floor is at. I'm just saying roughly $25, which would be almost half of 50% marked down. I could be wrong, but based on like other hype IPOs in the past, what comes to mind is ARM, Rivian. You know, they spike higher only to sell lower. Coinbase is another one, and then they find their legs, and then they eventually move higher. So I think this is a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event on Reddit. And what will be interesting to see is if Cathie Wood is going to buy the falling knife over time. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.